Y'all don't know how important that is for a black girl during that age, that adolescence.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get that from my father until 19, when I really needed it at 8, 9, 10, 11. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's important because that will affect you in your future relationship. And you're either going to go after a man who's not connected in that way, or if you come across a man that is, you don't know how to deal with it.
Right.
You're like, you're soft.
Right.
I don't know what to do with this.
Right.
Right.
I had to learn
and
that though.
It becomes too much because it's like you're actually listening and you're talking to me through my emotions. How do I deal with that?
Like now I have to figure out how to shift and how am I going to raise this boy now? What am I going to instill in him?
Right.
So when he's older and I'm gone, he at least has a template or a blueprint of what he should be as a man.
You really have to make a conscious effort to break some cycles, as we all do.
Yeah.
And then speaking of that, Javed spoke on this in another episode. He said your relationship with your father determines your relationship with God. I can't depend on my father at all. I cannot depend on him. He does not come through. So it's like, how do I depend on God when I can't depend?
Let's get
when I can't depend on the natural father in my life. How do I expect to trust someone I can't see, I can't always feel, I can't touch, I can't call on the phone? How do I do that? I struggle with my walk with God.
Me too.
I struggle hard.
I'm of the mindset that whatever it is I'm going through, nobody's coming to save me. Nobody's coming to save me.
You feel hopeless. You feel lost. You feel like you're drowning.
People will give lip service. They'll say, "Hey, whatever you need," right? I know that ain't true,
but I don't believe that, nigga.
Yeah, I appreciate
I don't believe
it.
that.
I appreciate the
right.
work. You know what I'm saying? And like sometimes, like I'll even try to convince myself to believe it, right? Like, no, this person means what they say. But at my core, I know, nah, nigga, you alone.
Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all notice the demographic of people or the color of people that's saying this shit on our media?
Us.
You'll never see no white people or no white man, no white lady. I don't need you, Todd.
None of that. No white, Indian. There's cultures who are heavily influenced by the structure of the family structure and how it should look like. When we're talking about, even African families or Jewish families or even some Hispanic families. Like it's just Indian families.
Hispanics stay getting married.
Listen, Indian, Asian, there is no question about not only the structure of a family, but the integrity and the type of person that you even bring to this household. Don't come here with somebody who cannot provide for their family. Period. And that's across. We're the only ones with this mindset where it's like, I can do this. F all that. You ain't gotta. And every other culture out here is like, not only are we gonna have this family structure, but don't bring no man here who is not about business, or at the very least attempting to be about business and is serious about you just as much as he's serious about us, your family.
But we can't follow that because society is not against them like they are us.
I follow it.
Have y'all heard of the concept that I just learned about it today, so forgive me if I can't explain it too well. But there's this concept called Afro-pessimism. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Afro-pessimism is a uniquely black perspective, right? Nobody else can feel this way because nobody goes through the experience that we go through on the world stage, right? It's where our fate, it's where we perceive our fate as not determined by ourselves, but by everybody else around us, right? For example, the fact that a lot of African countries have been subject to colonialism for centuries, or our very presence in the United States of America having been brought over as slaves and having a bunch of like high-level decisions made for us rather than being made by us, for example. It creates this thing called Afro-pessimism, where it's the belief that the system that we live in can't exist without us being it can't exist without us being oppressed or at the bottom of the totem pole. Yeah, submissive. So people who believe in Afro-pessimism believe that if there's ever like a true revolution or whatever, it would destroy the system because the system is relying upon us being the base of it.
I think that's a United States thing versus other countries and how they feel.
No, it's
No, I get it.
A diaspora
but
thing.
I feel like a lot of people, if you talk to a lot of people in other countries, especially other Black people in other countries, they talk about how self-absorbed we are here because they're not necessarily living in those ideals. Like they are running their own countries and doing those things. And while people might have these effed up views of Africa as a continent, they're fully running their country and their continent.
Especially as a native, like I've been paying like close attention.
A lot of stuff is developed. It's not what they want us to always believe, and like no. And so we have a lot of these ideologies as Americans, not feeling like we're so self-absorbed here. They don't see like when you walk into another country. Not saying we don't face those racisms in other countries as well, but at the same time, that's not what their structure is with us. Like it's not based off of
when
us.
You
being
say
submissive.
other countries, like what?
Even in European countries, you have Black people there. I mean, that's predominantly European, but they're not basing us being suppressed off of how they run things. It's just they're the predominant race there anyway, so it's just we just happen to be there. Or if you go to some African countries, it's not based off of us being oppressed by them running things, because they're not. And so here is where that takes place in the United States. And so we seem to think that because we're going through this here, that's everywhere around the world.
That's what it feels like.
That's what it definitely. And it's
when you step out and actually experience the world, you see how different things are.
And that's coming from Adina because she has traveled how many countries now?
A lot. a lot. Where I feel like I've experienced a lot, and I've experienced enough to realize that we in the United States, while I love the country I live in, I do, but we're really self-absorbed here and think that because we go through these things that it has to happen every other where. Like if I'm going through this, everything happens.
I feel like they beating us down.
They whooping us
to the ground. That's what it feels like.
Can I ask y'all a question? This is a very good question. I want to ask all of y'all, and I want y'all to put y'all thinking caps on. I want y'all to sit into y'all thinking chairs and think. Right?
I'm thinking.
Why can't we have unity?
UNITY.
We can't have unity because we don't have accountability. We do not have accountability.
Okay. Well,
I think the accountability part is a huge part of it. I think it's a lot more than that. I think now, especially these days, it's too many boxes to check. Even within our own community, we can't accept other Black people simply as being Black people. There has to be, oh, well, this is a gay nigga. You know what I'm saying? This person's trans. You know what I'm saying? It breaks down.
It's a separation.
Even as simple as, oh, this is a man and this is a woman. You know what I'm saying? It can't be about just all of us like coming together and like and progressing. It has to be, I can't like this other nigga for this reason.
This agenda.
Yeah,
this nigga can't be that successful if he's not in the Illuminati.
Oh my God! Crabs in a barrel.
How is this nigga so rich?
I hate that.
He gotta be a demon.
Yes,
he gotta
that's
be
kind of like people
worshiping.
hating on Jay-Z and Beyonce and everything like that.
That goes back to the
We can't.
Jim Carrey.
Jim
Crow. Yes, taught to hate each other.
House nigga, field nigga.
Yes.
It goes back there.
Yes, absolutely. We can't.
When they made
I can't just be successful because I'm talented.
When they created that system, they knew what the fuck they
perfected it because we are living it and we hate each other.
Light skin, dark skin, house nigga,
so
field
many.
nigga.
Yes.
And now we create the shit. Like they don't even have to anymore.
No.
We create the shit.
They sit back and watch us like,
we are setting the rules now.
So
yes, and we sound so ignorant.
Stupid.
It's so ignorant.
But how do we break out of that? What does it look like? What does it look
Shut
like?
down social media and
listen.
Bring black
I'm dead. Listen, we did.
Bring back MySpace, nigga.
Yes.
I want to come home and check messages.
Simpler times.
Pick comments.
Yes, that's
top
it.
5.
Simpler times.
Do y'all feel like
everything is so heavily influenced, and people say the most ignorant things?
Social media ruined a lot.
Do y'all feel like we were more unified in that era? Though?
We were.
Like, MySpace era.
Yes.
Like,
what?
It was a more sense of togetherness.
Yes.
It was
then.
simpler times because you didn't have access to everything. You don't need access 100% to everything.
I'll say this. I don't think we were more unified. I think we had a different perception. Like I think we felt more unified.
We didn't realize just how ignorant everybody was operating.
I think now it's coming to the surface more because you can see.
I don't even think that.
You can
I
see
feel like
everything.
people are so heavily influenced off each other online because they have access to other people online. It's not necessarily that they might think those things, but everything is put on the forefront. People have.
No, not everything. People only show the good.
That's true.
So
there's bad too.
When you're
but people have an
through
opinion. Everybody has an opinion and acts like they're perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And because somebody is going through a situation, they're like, I would never. And oh, how dare they? Like everybody
so judgmental.
shuns. Yes.
Yeah.
So judgmental.
You are condemned for life for 1 or 2 mistakes as if you're not human. Even though you might have just committed 10 sins outside of just making that comment that you did on somebody else's life. People have no accountability. And that's across races.
Yeah. What were you getting at, Brittany?
Oh, what did I say? I forgot my train of thought. No, like people only show the good, right? They only show the good. So when you scrolling through social media and you see this one girl taking trips here and there, and you know, you're like, dang, I want to travel like her, not knowing she's in debt. Up to her fucking ears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we don't see that. We just see her out on the island, chilling, living life.
Which is fine because
we don't
have people feel like they're entitled to everybody's business too.
Because the first thing you
people show their business.
I mean, but
that's
also,
true, but not everybody.
Also, and it's not even so much as being entitled. I'll say it like this. Like, social media can affect your mind in such a way. Like the girl is probably just posting the shit. Like, okay, yeah, this is where I am. I'm in Aruba or whatever, right? She's posting it, probably not even thinking like, oh, I want to make these motherfuckers jealous. It's just, yo, I'm posting it, right? But it's the insecurity, right? The like the viewer's insecurity.
Yeah.
Why the fuck don't I have this, right? Never mind everything that she's going through, right? Because she could be going through a lot, but that's probably not even what she's.
Why am I not there?
Yeah, it's the.
Or you can have people that are genuinely happy for you too.
That too. Yeah. That's real too.
Who you allow in your space and who you have following.
But I've been that toxic nigga before because I was down bad, and I've seen somebody like enjoying themselves, and I on an island. First thing I thought in my head, because I'm broke, I'm like, damn bitch, you ain't got no job.
You always on vacation.
You always traveling and shit.
I hope you wasn't looking at my picture saying that.
You always traveling and shit.
God damn. Shit.
Where your kids at?
Fuck is Adina so happy for?
Oh yeah,
I'm about to fucking do a double shift. You in
Aruba.
You in Aruba. I'm knocking shit over.
You be waking up all early and shit.
Mad as fuck.
It's still dark outside and shit. And you scroll through your phone, somebody in the sun and shit.
You at work sweating, dog. Your customer done pissed you off. You know?
No, for real. That's
I've been that person before. And then I had to say, you know what? Nah, stop that.
Yeah.
Congratulate them. Yeah.
Like,
that's when you got to get off of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to take a break from that shit.
I'm happy for everybody.
Yeah.
I try to be. I try to be.
Yeah.
But I get it. Because it's like, and not in that regard, but just you wish you had something.
Yeah.
That somebody else might have at that moment.
And I think that's the downfall is because you're so worried about what they have.
Right.
Yeah, worry about the next
Worry about your journey.
You gotta worry about
but
yourself.
It's hard. You're human.
Yeah.
We're human. Like, it happens. Sometimes you want that too. And that doesn't necessarily have to look in the form of hating on the person either. Mm-hmm. It can just be like, and I've had that where I'm not necessarily hating on you. I'm happy for you, but I might feel sad about it because it's like, I wish I had that.
Because I don't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So it comes, or it manifests in many forms in different people, and I don't think there's a right or wrong about it. It's just as long as you recognize it.
Yeah, I recognize that, and I was like, I gotta get out of that mindset.
Right.
Be like, yo, be safe, like enjoy yourself. I'm gonna get
drive
there.
yourself crazy if you don't.
Absolutely.
That's why I do like a daily check-in. Like, okay, what do I have in my life to be happy for, thankful for?
Exactly.
I have to run that down.
I started doing that.
I'm able to put gas in my car.
How about it?
Because y'all know when y'all get older and you
It's a lot
start
of people
looking.
that don't even have a car to put gas in.
Yay.
Because
all right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I think you start getting grateful for that shit once you realize how many people our age aren't making it to our age.
Yeah, that too.
Especially that.
Yeah, we were just talking the other day about people we went to elementary school with who not even here now.
Yeah.
It's a
30?
lot of them.
It is. I got a few people on I'm deactivated now because I'm taking the social media break on Facebook.
Okay.
But with Facebook, I'm like, I have a few dead friends on my list that I haven't deleted yet.
That's crazy.
I have quite a few actually, and it's
crazy.
very unfortunate. But I'm like, I won't delete them. But
It goes back to saying to be grateful.
Being 30.
Yeah. It goes back to saying to be grateful for the people to put gas in your car, to wake up and.
Our parents were
the
30, married, kids, career. Mm-hmm. And our generation is happy to even make it to 30.
They could actually, back then they could buy a home for like $500.
$5.
Shit, buy a home.
Not that much.
It was like $5. Yeah, like $5.
Shit, buy a home. Shit, motherfucking Thurman was building a house from clay and brick.
Thurman?
He was building a house from clay and
Cletus.
Milk was 89 cents back then.
They had a milkman.
Yeah. I mean, but it's still possible now too. So it's not like it's not unattainable. It's just how you go about your life and the decisions that you make and how
the sacrifices you make.
That's true too. And it doesn't necessarily have to be sacrifices. I can't even say that and be quite frank, I didn't have to make sacrifices. I just made better choices. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so and grew to be disciplined in the goals that I wanted for myself. And so I didn't sacrifice things that I enjoy. I just disciplined myself. Yeah, no, girl.
I'm going to put that Shein order on Apple Pay.
Okay.
And I'm going to get my clothes.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
what I'm talking about. But either way, it's not even about sacrifice. I won't say that because I enjoy the things. I enjoy the things that I want.
You're disciplined.
So it's just, work smarter, not harder.
So
got to.
Mm-hmm. With that said, let me ask y'all this. Let's go in any order y'all want. What does discipline look like for y'all personally? How do you separate your wants from your needs?
It depends on the category for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not disciplined on certain things that I want. When I want something, I want it. And there's no going around it, unfortunately.
For me, it's go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, no, shouldn't it be what I want then? Because I won, so you got to go.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. I forgot the question.
How do you separate your wants from your needs?
I have a hard time doing that, to be quite honest. What I need to do sometimes, especially now in life, it doesn't feel good. I just want what I want. And that's because part of me honestly have gotten through the basic necessities that I already, that I need. I have. And so therefore now I'm on another path of what it is that I want. And that's not necessarily objects or materials or anything like that. And so being able to be more disciplined in that is a little bit hard, especially when you have to take in this particular circumstance, it's not necessarily material items, it's a person. So therefore, I have to be, it's not just my feelings that matter. And being more disciplined in that regard is a little bit hard. I think I'm still learning that.
It takes, it's going to take time. But Brittany, how do you separate your wants from your needs? Like, you just got paid today. What's more important?
I don't know if I can do that. No, I get it.
She being honest. She being real.
I get it.
With me, okay. Discipline for me right now is making sure all my bills are paid. Right? I get all that out the way. Right? But if I want to order something, or if I want to treat myself,
treat yourself,
knowing I don't really have it to do it,
let's go.
I'm still gonna do it because it's gonna make me feel good right now.
Word, real shit.
And they always say in financial responsibility, you should always pay yourself first.
Yeah.
And then
treat yourself, nigga.
Don't cheat yourself.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna always treat myself. I'm sorry. I have to make me feel good.
Same.
I'm doing all this shit that don't make me feel good. I gotta do something.
Exactly. So it's not for nothing. It don't feel like it's for nothing. I get it.
Look, I got a few Apple Pay things out.
Yes.
I'm gonna get those pair of shoes. I'm gonna treat myself.
And I'm not saying it always has to be like that, but for the most part, I mean, come on. Do you have one?
You have to have some type of pleasure.
Yeah, you do. You do.
But I don't have discipline, y'all. I'm trying to get there.
I'm trying to get there in other regards, so I understand exactly what you mean, because I ain't got it either.
I'm getting there. I think Evelyn has helped me get there. Because I used to go through a paycheck like a motherfucker. I used to get paid and I'd be like, well, shit, I'm at $400.
Fuck it. There it is.
So I think now I got
next payday.
Yeah. Like living paycheck to paycheck got tiring for me. Yeah. So now I'm like, all right, I need to make this shit last. To like, especially and having kids. Like that shit made me.
Your focus shifts.
That shift.
And what is your priority shift?
Yeah.
See, I don't have kids, so I'd be like, fuck it, we ball.
Yeah.
Like I don't either. I don't have kids either. I think what discipline looks like for me is like I've never like
Chavez is super disciplined, y'all.
Really?
FYI. I think so.
I'm getting there. I don't think I'm super disciplined.
You're pretty good.
I'm getting there.
Just take the compliment.
No, I'm getting there. I take it.
You sort of hand
You're
movement.
pretty good. I aspire to be like you in some regards, in some ways.
I appreciate it.
Now you know a nigga being humble whenever he said.
Yeah. No.
But no, I like what I'm trying to discipline myself most with is like how y'all were talking about in the family structure, for example, which I mentioned was it's God and then the man. I want to be worthy of being that man that comes after God. You know what I'm saying? I want to be worthy. I think my discipline is like these days is probably a little more spiritual. Like trying to cleanse myself of like certain desires and wants and fears, you know, shit like that. Like to me, like that's my battle right now. And I think once like all of that is in line, then other things will follow. Then I can. Then the wife that comes after the father in that order, right? Then she will be fine. Whatever children we have will be fine. But I think a man's focus, if that's his desire, if that's what he wants, is to become that man being worthy of standing under God.
I love it.
That's deep.
I love it.
And see, that's one area I don't have discipline in.
What?
I think right now, where I am in life, I'm all about pleasing my flesh.
And that's the thing, and that's a part of it, and that's something that I think a lot of men don't even like look at, right? Like if it's your intention to get closer to God, right. Well, if you look at it in the Bible or any other text, the Quran, whatever, like the flesh brings you away from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Most High. It should be your desire to want to become pure, to free yourself from the confines of the world, and you do that by getting closer to that higher power, whether it be God or whatever, right? you do that by letting go of these physical things that bind you, such as like fucking or like money, whatever. Because God isn't that. God is like something more pure, something you really can't even explain, right?
But for me, I don't think I could really not please my flesh because, okay, and it ties in back to my father. If I do this, if I really get disciplined and I trust God, what am I going to get out of it? Artlist.io. Am I going to get disappointed like my father do me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It all ties in.
It ties
back into that. If I do this shit for real, I don't want to get disappointed.
Is the risk going to be worth the reward?
Is it? Is it though?
Humans will always disappoint you. God will disappoint you. And so there you have to learn how to separate that.
And you also,
and that's the hard part.
And maybe you have to change like the way you see the concept of God, right? Like you can't look at the like a being that way with the same way that you would look at as a mortal, as like how we would look at each other as imperfect. Something like that you have to like and it's something that we're not used to doing, especially as black people, but like you have to let go.
That's
separate.
That's
let
hard.
go and separate it.
Yeah.
I have control issues. Like I have to know the next thing. I have to know.
Is that a woman thing though? I think like women have to have that control.
I can't even say it's women because there's some men who need control of their family in a very toxic manner. Like they control what a woman can do, control whether or not they're around their family, control of because of his own insecurities. But women also have control. I am a control person because I need to know where I stand in someone's life.
Right.
I don't like uncertainty. I don't like reassurance and everything, but I don't like and it's not necessarily because I want it to be my way or because I need it to go the outcome that I want, but I also don't want to waste my time. And therefore I just want to I want to know that I'm just as important. And so unfortunately when it comes to control in that regard, it looks like me needing that reassurance or me needing to find out like, okay, I need you to answer this and know this and I need to know this and all the rest of that stuff. That's what control looks like for me. And that's because it just solidifies or it makes me feel more grounded, I guess you can say. Not necessarily as a person, but where I stand with somebody.
Same. I need to know. Yeah.
I think we just don't like wasting our time. Or necessarily just
getting disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't want to be disappointed.
Right.
I don't want to feel rejected. I don't want to feel dismissed. I don't want to feel less than. You know what I'm saying? And I can flip it in another regard too, like with my family and the kids and everything. I do need that control of things, and it's because I know what I'm capable of and how the structure that I have. And sometimes that comes with knowing where your strengths are and where somebody's strengths aren't. And so that's give and take. My strengths are keeping structure and understanding that I need control over a certain situation because I know I'm going to get it done the way it needs to get done. Listen, I can run a household.
Oh, yeah.
I can run a household. I know how to take inventory of everything that we need.
Yes.
I don't think I can relinquish that to a man.
But and sometimes that doesn't necessarily even need to be relinquished. A lot of the time when you're in a balance of a situation, they'll let you take that lead in that regard. Just like your strong suits might be that. And when you can recognize that with a person, then it makes for a healthy balance. So it doesn't necessarily look like control. It's just you allowing that person to exercise their strengths that you might not have.
Do y'all know why father time is father time and why mother nature is mother nature?
Please do enlighten us, Brother Javay.
Yeah, I got you. But all jokes aside, this is like how I've come to understand it. Father time is supposed to time represents it's a man-made construct, right? It's the way we make sense of like the passage of, I don't know what else to call it but time, the passage of days, whatever. It's a man-made construct, but it's a representation of order, right? And the reason why it's called father time is because a man is supposed to provide like a order, like some sort of structure. And the reason why mother nature is because while there's a structure to the way nature grows, right, it's beautiful, just like how women can create things, and it can oftentimes be chaotic. When father time and mother nature work in tandem with each other, you get things like the seasons and stuff like that, right? And it's also allegory for, and this is if you look at the family structure in the way that we've described it thus far on this show, the man being father time is supposed to provide like the structure, the home, right, the money, right, the food on the table, right, and then the woman being mother nature, making everything beautiful. She makes sure the home is in perfect order. She makes sure that the children are fed from the system and the structure that the father provides. And I don't know, y'all mentioning what y'all mentioned just now reminded me of that in a way, and that's how like I tend to like look at things. It's like
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense though.
Yeah.
So what would you say y'all personal strengths and weaknesses are in y'all households?
I don't have a household, so it's on y'all.
My strengths, I like to consider myself the administrator. And it's funny because I operated in that way this week with my stepson and making sure everything was handled with the new school he went to. So I handle all paperwork. I handle all appointments. I handle when something needs to get done, looking forward to the future. We're planning out 6 months from now. I make sure everything is in order for everybody. When something is running low, I notice it because, that's just me. And I don't just do that for my household. I do it for my friends or anything in that regard, or if I care about you like that. And so that's just the natural way that I am. It brings me happiness.
So it doesn't get like tiring?
No, I love it. Like this time of year, especially with school starting, and my daughter, she just went to the first grade. So I'm on it. Like I find joy in going school shopping for school supplies. Like
it's how she whispers.
No, I go through the aisles and I'm like, oh, where are the colored pencils?
Where are the different colored notebooks?
So like all of that stuff that encompasses just like keeping your family in line and in order and everything like that, I really like get a kick out of it. Like
Adina said, it's that construction paper.
Yes, the colored one. No,
she grabbed a notebook and go, loose leaf.
Composition notebook. But no, seriously though, when it comes to and keeping track of, like, I have a file cabinet. Literally, I have it color coded and I have it labeled by like, this is birth certificates, this is passports, this is tax year. Literally from 2013, 14, 15, 16, I have it labeled by each year, and then I have
car registrations.
Yes, car registrations, insurance, everything like that. It's all color coded and it's in different files. Yes, and I even have it labeled like by different sections of different drawers and everything like that. Everything has a place. Everything has a location. Like even if it's chaos, it's my chaos.
Everything.
And so everything has.
And
a
that's
place.
why I get so mad when there's socks in the fucking bathroom. Nigga, I have 2-3 hampers throughout the house.
I be leaving socks in the bathroom sometimes.
So I say that to say that my strong suits literally are being the definition of a helpmate. Like I thrive in that setting, and I love that setting, and everything else that a man can do outside of that, I'm gonna let you do it.
Good shit.
Yeah.
No, same. Everything is the same. I will budget your entire life out.
Yep.
I will break down your check and be like,
say the word, I got
here,
you.
Send this there. this how much you're gonna have left over into the next paycheck.
I got an Excel spreadsheet.
Oh my god,
that's crazy.
I could show you my Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah,
I will break that shit down.
Everything from the down to the last penny. I know where every penny is going.
Yes.
Even if I'm bullshitting that check, and I bullshit a lot, unfortunately. But even when I'm bullshitting that check, there is a little section at the bottom, and you can just subtract from it. I am that person, and it's nice when you have somebody who appreciates that you are that person and lets you operate in that capacity, and appreciates the things that you might do for them that might be for the benefit of them. So
I'm the same way. Come to me. I will plan a party like it's no other.
We're like accountants.
I thrive off that shit.
We're gonna come to you about that party.
Yeah, we're trying to have
I'm not a party planner, but I got you. I'm looking forward.
I love doing stuff like that. But it can get overwhelming when your partner doesn't even like try. Like, okay, I do like, I like doing this stuff, but
when there's equal balance,
try.
And doing something. It might not necessarily be the things that you do, but they do things in other regards that are their strong suits. And sometimes you have some men who don't even do that shit, so that makes you not want to do those things. Yeah, but
look first. Yeah, because I have everything in place, right? Shit is labeled. Shit is planned out.
It's dummy proof.
No, it is. Look first. And then if you can't find it then come to me. But yeah, I think my strong suit is that too. I will plan your shit out to a T.
Right now, who are you? Who are you in the household?
Who am I in the household?
Yeah, who are you?
I feel like I'm a chameleon. I can fit in like wherever I see shit. Like Evelyn has shit structured just like they say. Like everything has a place. So if I see it out of place, I can kind of maintain its place. Like I'll go back behind it. But all right, this don't belong here. This belongs here. Or I'll help enforce that structure amongst the kids. Like y'all know where this goes. Put this back. Da 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 da. I'm not organized though. So I'm trying to get to that point of being organized, but I feel like I'm an unorganized mess, but it's my mess.
I know. Too.
Yeah,
I know where shit is. Like I can point you in the direction of where this is.
And some people need that help, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You just let them step in and organize your shit.
Yeah. Evelyn was that for me. She made an Excel spreadsheet for budgeting.
Listen, I'll go in and start folding. I'll go in and start
and that's the thing.
Shit.
If I wash the clothes, right, Evelyn will be like, well, I'm going to fold them because I like them folded a certain type of way.
You know what? As much as I would love for something like that, I just have an issue with like letting go control of myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're different though. You operate very like just
I know.
Individual.
I
like
know.
You're very individualized.
Yeah. I know.
So you don't think you
kinda, not all. You do relinquish some. So you have been working on that in some regards. So you do.
Yeah.
But I'm just very I don't know. I don't like when people like dig in, I'm like, ooh.
Chill.
Is it okay to give an example? Is it okay to give an example? If not, I understand. But
a later episode.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't. When people get to digging in, I'm like, whoa, hold on.
You want to do it all?
Not even that I want to do it all. It's just I just don't. I have trouble like relinquishing like that control over like my space. Like no matter how like chaotic it might be, like relinquishing that control over my space and trusting.
Why do you feel that?
Yeah.
I have abandonment issues. So
you don't want to get too comfortable and then it just disappears.
So like the person comes in and like they do all this. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Okay, this is nice.
And then it's
right.
It's suddenly taken away.
Right. Yeah, and it's like, okay, why did I do that? Done, nigga. You knew what time it was.
Do you think that comes from your father?
No, I don't think it. I don't know where it comes from.
Past relationships.
Most likely that.
Yeah.
Most likely past relationships. Like I would get used to someone and then it's always something stupid. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It could be like a lot of things that lead up to that point, but then there's something stupid that puts the nail in the coffin, and then you're like, nigga, you know what time it is. why did you do that? You start like, I start questioning myself, like, nigga.
But you might be holding yourself back from a good thing.
That's very true, and that's something that I have to like
work on.
Yeah, but I always think to myself, if I let this person do this, then
see this right here. This is your pride. You gotta grab this.
And put it to the side, player. Put it to the side.
That's all you gotta do, brother. That's all you gotta do.
Look at that wisdom.
That's all you gotta do, brother.
Your pride is in the clouds. It's high, and I say that mean like it's high.
I know.
It's a hard thing to do, though.
Yeah, as a man, it is.
That was a downfall of the highest angel.
Yeah. Ooh. Speak on it.
Let's go.
Ho. Can we shift the boat a little bit?
Lucifer was God's right hand man.
Yeah.
But that pride.
The spirit of music.
It will knock you down.
What? Oh, that's not even talking music.
Yeah.
Oh, we can get into that in the whole.
We can do that.
You hungry?
I'm hungry. I'm sorry. It was so random.
I heard that like
trying to do that for y'all.
Trying to get some food.
But yeah, that pride.
The pride for me is definitely a killer. Ronell can relate.
No, Javay is a pride. I thought I was prideful. Javay got me beat. He's a pride.
Takes it to the curb. You would take you to the curb. He'll take you to the gutter.
Yeah.
You're a prideful son of a gun.
I am. I have a lot to work on in that regard.
I mean, I think we all do.
Yeah. We all a work in progress. You're never gonna be 100%.
Never.
You just keep on working through it.
Even when you die,
it's always a good thing. It's a great first step when you can acknowledge your faults.
Yeah.
A lot of people cannot even do that. They don't even have the mental capacity to do that. AKA going back to the original topic of fathers.
Yeah.
Not even in a mental capacity to acknowledge his faults. He will not. And so therefore, when you can even take that first step of acknowledging the things that you have to work on, that's at least progress.
So why do you feel like black men have so much pride?
We're prideful people.
We're prideful people, and it's also and Ronell and Lee, you're back there. Correct me if I'm wrong. When that that's sometimes in life, like that's the only thing you end up like being allowed to have.
And thinking about all we've had taken away from us and men have had taken away from us, it's like you hold strong to your pride and what you can provide and what you, just who you are as a person, who we are as people. We are prideful people as black people.
But why would God allow that?
I don't know.
Well, that
you need the foundation.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Lee?
So you need a foundation. Your foundation might come from your principles and your morals, and that's can screw this pride. Like I think we talked about before, is that how men perceive what love is respect. So when we get respect, we feel like that's the translation of what love looks like for us.
That's true.
Versus what love looks like for you.
Absolutely.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Respect is a big thing for men, especially black men. We can respect.
Well, speaking on what he said, what does love look like for you?
For black men or for like everybody?
Everybody.
Okay.
Do you know your love languages?
Yes.
Yeah, I know mine.
I know mine.
Do you know yours?
No, I don't.
He doesn't believe in it.
I don't believe it. No.
How can you not? How do you?
Because love is too complex an idea for me to break down how I interact with it into simple concepts that way.
So let me say and make it simple. How you operate and how you love is going to be different than how I operate and how I love.
Yes,
I agree.
And in order to love me correctly, you have to be able to listen to what it is I'm telling. Anybody has to be able to listen to what I'm telling them and how I receive love.
You can't love me how you want to love me.
Exactly.
You have to love me how I receive it.
And that's fair. And
that comes in breaking down in simpler terms. Of course, it's more complex, but in simpler terms, sometimes these are a couple of the things of how I love and how I receive it. Just the same as what you love and what you take as love, you receive it differently, and it's just broken down in different categories.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything else in between and outside. I'm Javay Graham. To my right is Ronell Rashid, and Adina, who's off camera and dancing, and Brittany, who's on camera. and dancing.
Welcome to the podcast, ladies.
I'm excited.
That was great. I'm hungry.
Yeah. So we're about to go get something to eat. Probably smoke a little weed. Maybe drink a
chicken
little
wings.
Something.
Yeah.
You want some chicken wings?
I don't give a shit. I just want to eat.
So we'll catch y'all later. Be sure to like. Be sure to comment. Be sure to subscribe. Let all of your friends know about us.
Yes.
Tell them how much you love us. If you disagree with us, tell us how much you hate us in the comments.
Yes. And like it anyway.
And like it anyway. And subscribe. And share. And hate and in love.
All of that.
We love you regardless. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.